Good morning. This is OpenSnow Meteorologist Alan Smith with your severe weather forecast for Friday, June 20th, 2025. Our friends at the Storm Prediction Center have issued a level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk for severe weather across North Dakota and northern Minnesota, with a slight risk extending into northern Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan, as well as eastern Montana. There will be three main threat areas across the Northern Plains region that we will go through chronologically from west to east. First, storms will develop in the afternoon over the Rockies and Montana as a trough in the upper atmosphere approaches from the southwest and a surface low sets up over southwest Montana. Areas to the north and east of this surface low and to the north of a warm front boundary will be favored for strong deep layer wind shear, supporting the potential for severe thunderstorms from southwest Montana to eastern Montana and into western North Dakota. Storms will be scattered in nature initially, but may form into large clusters across eastern Montana and western North Dakota by early evening. Quarter to golf ball size hail and wind gusts of 60 to 75 miles per hour will be the primary hazards across this region, but a tornado also couldn't be ruled out. Our StormNet model has pockets of medium risk for large hail developing across central Montana during the afternoon, with larger areas of medium to high risk over eastern Montana and western North Dakota by early evening. The highest threat for hail and damaging winds across southwest and central Montana near the mountains and foothills will be from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m., while the window across eastern Montana and western North Dakota will be from about 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. The second zone will feature the highest end severe weather threat of all across central and eastern North Dakota and northern Minnesota, especially on Friday evening. A warm front will slowly lift northward across this region heading into the late afternoon and evening hours, and a strong low level jet about 5,000 feet above sea level will also arrive in the evening, leading to an increase in moisture and low level wind shear. Instability levels will also be extremely high near the warm front boundary. A strong cap may very well suppress thunderstorm development during the afternoon hours initially, but in the less likely event that any storms manage to break through the cap in the afternoon, discrete supercells with large hail and tornadoes will be possible, including the potential for strong tornadoes. Heading into the evening hours, a more widespread severe thunderstorm outbreak is expected as a shortwave trough approaches from the west and the low level jet strengthens, which will allow for thunderstorms to develop more easily. Storms will quickly grow into multi-cell clusters during the evening and overnight hours, with some embedded, semi-discrete supercells also possible. Evening and overnight storms will be capable of producing tornadoes, golf ball to baseball size hail, 75 mile per hour or higher straight line wind gust, and flash flooding. The highest severe weather threat is expected north of the Twin Cities overnight, but if the warm front is slower to lift north than expected, then a slight chance of severe weather would exist in the Twin Cities as well. Our StormNet model has areas of medium to high tornado risk within 15 miles of a point developing across eastern North Dakota and central and northern Minnesota during the evening and overnight hours. The highest threat for severe thunderstorms and tornadoes looks to be from about 8 p.m. to 2 a.m., though a conditional threat will also exist during the late afternoon hours should any storms manage to break through the daytime cap. Our StormNet model also has large areas of medium to high risk for damaging winds and large hail across central and eastern North Dakota and central and northern Minnesota, with the window of highest risk from about 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. The third focus area for severe weather will be late in the night across northern Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan as the shortwave trough tracks eastward. Ongoing clusters of strong to severe thunderstorms are likely to move into this area after midnight, with 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail posing the main hazards, though a tornado also couldn't be ruled out from about midnight through early morning on Saturday. Our StormNet model has pockets of medium risk for damaging winds and large hail moving through this area after midnight and during the early morning hours on Saturday. On Saturday, the Storm Prediction Center has a level 2 out of 5 slight risk for severe weather across the northern and eastern Great Lakes region, including parts of Michigan and New York. This is setting up to be a more isolated severe weather threat, as our StormNet model has a low to very low risk for all hazards across this region. But isolated instances of large hail and damaging straight line winds will be possible with stronger storms, and a tornado also couldn't be ruled out anywhere in the slight risk region. On Sunday, the Storm Prediction Center has areas of level 1 to level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather across the central and northern plains and across New England. While the details are still uncertain, the ceiling for more widespread severe weather is higher on Sunday compared to Saturday. Right now, the area with the highest severe weather risk looks to be across northern and central Minnesota and the eastern Dakotas, ahead of a surface low and near a warm front, with all hazards on the table, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging straight line winds. A second focus area will be over the western plains from Nebraska to Texas, near and ahead of an approaching cold front over western Nebraska, and near and ahead of a dry line further south. Large hail and damaging winds will be the primary threat across western Nebraska and western Kansas, while a more isolated severe weather threat is expected further south into Texas, with large hail posing the primary threat. And finally, a threat for severe thunderstorms is also expected across New England and New York as a trough moves through the area from the northwest, with damaging straight line winds expected to be the main threat. Based on the timing of the trough, the highest threat for severe thunderstorms may occur during the morning to early afternoon hours on Sunday. But if the timing of the trough slows down enough to coincide with peak afternoon heating, then the potential for more widespread severe thunderstorms would also exist, with perhaps some isolated potential for large hail and even a tornado. Looking further out, severe thunderstorms will be possible across the north central and northeast U.S. on Monday and Tuesday, with a more isolated threat across portions of the central and eastern U.S. during the second half of the week. Thanks so much for watching and have a great weekend.